Take your power back.
I don't know how many of us who've been to an abusive relationship and we heard this word about narcissistic personality disorder, and a lot of us as women, as men, as children, as mother, father, we all been through it. But one thing we never understand is sharing her story to others, how powerful your story is. By sharing your story to others, you can heal other people who doesn't have the strength to speak up about it. One thing also we forget is domestic violence situation doesn't discriminate it. It doesn't mean that it's because you're weak. It doesn't mean it's because you're darker. It's because you're poor. It's because you're dumb. It does not discriminate. It can happen to anyone, and that's the crazy thing about coming out of an abusive relationship. You can relate to any person, you can relate to any status, and the power is in your hands. I want to tell you that. I want to tell you how it's powerful, how you can heal yourself and healing another sister or healing another brother or healing a child who probably needs to hear this story. His mother or his father probably so weak mentally. They've been through so much and they don't have the strength to tell him how powerful he is, how smart he is, how strong he is, and how loving he is, you know. And we need people like you and I to share our story and who can heal others. And we're dealing with a world right now that it's power, control, and we see what's going on in Ukraine, and what the president in Russia is doing to Ukraine. And you know, all this thing is happening. It's because we don't really take the times and thinking about other. We forget about humanity. All we care is we become very, very selfish. All we care is us. And taking the time sometimes to just speak to a homeless person in the street and understand his situation, ask him question, what put him into this story, in this where he is right now. How can you help? You know, sometimes just praying for someone makes a lot of difference. You probably not in the you're not able to help, but you can help by just calling God on him. The reason that I'm telling you that, I've been to an abusive relationship and my situation is very unique. I could write a book and write a story about my situation. But the most important for me is sharing my story to the world, to the women who've been to the same situation, to the men who've been to the same situation, to the one who are not strong enough to speak up and to fight with